Hi, it's Daniela, Annie of Your Nest, and you're watching my art vlog. Alright, so where do I start? So, I'm talking about how I changed my hair. My hair is red again. Yeah, I got kind of bored of the brown hair, so I was like, it's time to change it. Red is more me, anyways. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go like dark with like bleach here or like just go all platinum. So like I was like, let's just do red. It's easier. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about week 3 of the artist way. I don't know. It's basically talking about how like you have free will to do whatever you want. And like you've got the power to like get up and do something about like what you want to do. So I kind of took advantage of that. Obviously I've been trying to get into like a schedule, not really a schedule, but trying to get myself like disciplined. So I made like a chart like 2-3 weeks ago or something, and I've been holding up and I've been able to keep up with everything, and I managed to get my 120 star. So I get to myself a little treat that I'm gonna be using tomorrow. And tomorrow's gonna be a surprise. I guess like in terms of like I've got the power to do things, like you could say like how I said like I wanted to start running again. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna start running again. And like I said, I wanted to start going to the gym again. I started going to the gym again. Same thing applies with like your art. I know I've got like a bunch of ideas of like of things I want to do, but the only way it can get done is if you start it, you know? You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going? When I first started making like digital art, I started practicing like drawing people's faces, which I feel like I've gotten better at. I know like in terms of my artwork, it's usually I usually use myself as reference, but I try to change up like certain facial features because I don't want people to be like, oh, that's you. Like, no, it's not supposed to be me. Maybe a part of me, but it's not supposed to be me. So, yeah, I started practicing drawing faces, like portraits, when I first started digital art. So like when I still like when I had my drawing tablet that you would connect to your computer and stuff before I got my iPad, which was years ago. And this time around, I wanted to just I don't know, just practice it cuz I feel like, you can never get enough practice in terms of like drawing people's faces. So I went ahead and started my portrait of Dochi. I wanted to draw her, and then obviously I have a couple photos of her that I want to draw, but specifically her album cover was like the first thing that I was like, yeah, I want to draw this because I also wanted to draw the little alligator. And so it gets helps me get practice in terms of drawing people and then like drawing animals, if you catch my drift. And yeah, when I was drawing it, I was testing out the brushes I had downloaded last week, and I don't know, at least like today, well, not today, at least the day I was painting, it didn't fit what like I was looking for. I get kind of picky with my brushes, and sometimes I find a brush and I use it until like I no longer want to use it. And going through like the brushes that I already had, I totally didn't see that I had this one specific brush, and oh my god, it's like exactly what I was looking for, which kind of defeats the purpose of looking for brushes. But I know I will probably go back to the brushes that I downloaded last week at some point. But yeah, and then I want to just practice. I feel like the more I practice like different skin tones, the better you can be. Like I hate when like there's certain artists who only draw like one specific like body type or one specific skin color. Like that's why for my actual paintings that I do, I never draw like one specific color throughout the entire. I don't ever use one specific skin color. Let's just say that. I use like different colors, and like I use pinks and blues and all that stuff, but when I do portraits of people, I try to stick to like their natural skin tone just so I can get that practice in, which I'm obsessed with Dochi's skin tone. Like she is glowing. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I loved it, and I had fun trying to figure out how to make her look dimensional on Procreate, cuz I saw this one video on YouTube where where they said that you should try to, when you do draw skin tones and stuff, make sure you have enough variation. So when you, let's say you finish the painting or whatnot, when you change it to black and white, it's not flat. So with this portrait of hers, at least her album cover, there's a lot of shading. There's a lot of like darker tones, and then there's the bright tones. So I was like, ugh, this is perfect practice for that. Make sure I get enough shading in it. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. I was able to mess with some different textured brushes for the alligator. And yeah, besides that, I didn't get to leave the house for my artist date. So I treated just like those like 2-3 hours that I worked on my drawing as my artist date, which is fine. You don't necessarily need to leave the house all the time. I don't know, I feel like this week has been pretty chill in terms of everything. I just kind of like organized myself a little bit, but I ordered my yarn because I'm going to be working on a huge project soon. So to also make up for not leaving and going somewhere, I also made banana bread this morning, and I'm treating that as part of my weekly art date, even though I spent like a good 3 hours on my drawing. As for like art, I feel like this week has been kind of chill for me. I bought some yarn. It's coming in the mail. I bought some yarn because I'm gonna be working on like one of one of my biggest crochet projects yet, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for that, because I feel like if I do this on camera, I'll be able to like get it done soon. I'm giving myself time, but let's just say she's a little monster. That's the only hint I'm going to be giving about this project. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that comes out. It's a lot of figuring things out on my own, in terms of like pattern, because yeah, babes, like this is not going to have a pattern. Probably for like the base of it, but everything else is going to be like, so we'll figure it out. I also have to go to Michael's and get more yarn because I need a specific color yarn. But I'm gonna wait till this yarn comes in to see how well the colors go together, so then I can buy more yarn. I also did my market on Sunday and I worked on stickers. Let's start where I left off last week. I said I wanted to make stickers, so I'd made some stickers. And it didn't take me long to do, but I made my stickers, and honestly, I was so concerned that I wasn't gonna have like any of it ready. So I focused on cutting at least like 2 rows of stickers, because even though my stickers sell like at markets, they don't sell as much as I would like. So, well, as fast as I would like. So I was like, I feel like if I have 8 of each design, we should be good. So I printed them, I printed them out, laminated them, and I made these. It's like Woody and Lily. I made these, which when I found the brush, I practiced using it, because you can't tell much on camera, but he's painted. Like he's not drawn and then colored and all. Like he is painted to the gods. I got one of my old paintings and I just turned it into a sticker because, girl, it's a lot of work. This is kind of like a holographic. It's not showing much, but you can kind of see. It's one of my older paintings too. And then I did this one because I couldn't find my Stitch painting. But he's basically in the same position and he's also painted. He's so cute. And then I had worked on this sticker design like back in February, but I never got to print it out. And it's just like a little sunny angel dressed as Kermit. Kind of looks like my sister when she was a little baby. Actually, no, this one looks like me. This one looks like my sister when she was a baby. It's a little Sony Angel as Gonzo. I worked on these and I managed to get some of them cut out, and then I have these ready. It's such a process. I really wish I had like a Cricut or Silhouette or something, because that definitely would help with the process of cutting them out. Probably would mess them up, but yeah. And honestly, I feel like that's all I really did in terms of art. I feel like this one might be my most boring vlog yet. I'm sorry, guys. I promise. I'll be better next week. I don't really know what I have planned for next week. But I know tomorrow's gonna be fun. And I probably will add it to my vlog for next week because it's gonna be a lot of fun and I can't wait to share it. Ugh, but yeah. And then I wanted to work on a portrait of Bad Bunny, and honestly, I feel like I was just so caught up with like work and trying to like make sure everything's in order and in check that I didn't really get to do it. But I will be working on a portrait of Bad Bunny, and it's gonna be another digital painting. Again, it's been like a very like chill week, so I feel like I don't really have much to talk about besides like, girl, you got the power to do whatever you want. You got the free will. Do it. Yeah, you got free will. And also, it's the beginning of May. Like, May's the greatest month of the year for me. Not because it's my birthday month, but I don't know. I just feel like there's just something in the air in May that I'm always like, yeah. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe it's because, like, when you're in school, May is like the last month of the school year, and you're like getting ready to go to summer break, and like no more like craziness, and it's always like the last minute like celebration. So like I don't know, I just feel like May is like it's like such a good like closing chapter, beginning chapter for me. Not just because of my birthday, but I don't know. I just feel like May is usually the month that everyone's like, okay, cut off. We're gonna start partying. I already started May. Like I'm starting May with like making banana bread. And then tomorrow is gonna be like the best day of my life. Ugh, I'm so pumped. I'm ready. Oh, I have to hold on. I have to download. I have to. I have to go and update my Fortnite because it's the Star Wars weekend because it's May the 4th on Sunday. Oh yeah, hold on. All right, guys. No, I gotta go. I gotta go update my Switch. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.